On this week's episode of Marketing O'Clock.
Looker here. Google's got a sweet new rebrand for Data Studio.
Google Ads is putting your money where their mouth is with new tools to actually test their recommendations before applying them to your campaigns.
Plus, find out why early 2023 might be the winter of our discontent for video advertisers.
All on today's show.
Welcome, you are listening to Marketing O'Clock. Just stay tuned. Digital marketing news, but let's get specific. Digital ads, SEO and analytics, social media and more. Pretty much everything that'll make your website perform. With new shows every Friday. We give you the news with sass and puns and definitely hot takes. Thank you for tuning in. You know what time it is. It's officially Marketing O'Clock. Settle in, sit back, keep it locked.
Hey there, I'm Christine Zernheld.
AKA Shep.
I'm Jess Budd.
And I'm Greg Finn.
And it is officially Marketing O'Clock.
Here on Friday, October 14th, 2022. Ooh. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another spooky episode.
It's October 14th.
No. Jess Budd, what's going on in your world?
In case y'all didn't hear I was going to say the original lineup, but I guess it's technically the second lineup. But the most popular, most important lineup of Blink-182 is back together, and they're going on a world tour.
Yes, which means Jess Budd will not be on the show on May 21st. I already got the calendar invite.
I believe it's, May 17th. I already lined up Nicole. Yeah, you're right. We're going to Pittsburgh.
I thought that the main fella that left,
Tom DeLonge.
Yes, was out chasing aliens.
Did
he find him?
The Navy has actually said, yes, this is a UFO. So pretty impressive.
He brought all the government conspiracies to light, and he got his specials on Discovery or whatever and told everyone about all the aliens and all of the ships. And now he is back in Blink because the Lord's work is done. R.I.P. in peace, Matt Skiba. He's a great musician, and he did okay for the band, but he doesn't belong there.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm really, really excited. You guys know that, if Blink-182 didn't exist, neither would my marriage, right?
Yeah. And you, never take time off work. So I saw the invite, that you declined that invite, and I was instantly she got tickets.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, baby. Never been to Pittsburgh either, so really
You
excited.
should tell the story about your marriage, though.
So it was the summer before 9th grade. I was at my friend's house, and this was in the days of AOL Instant Messenger, and we were chatting with boys online, and I saw on her buddy list that there was this screen name that was Wasted Times 182. I was like, 182? My bedroom used to be covered with old school printed out of a printer in whatever year that was, pictures of Blink-182 all over my walls. So I was really excited when I saw those numbers. And I asked her who that person was, and it was just a boy that she was talking to, but they weren't attached. So I instant messaged him.
Wow.
And it was online dating before that was a thing. And then we ended up in the same, he's older than me, but we ended up in the same study hall when I started high school, and the rest is history.
Oh, that is so beautiful, Jess.
Thank you.
Wow.
Who would have thought you'd be at the concert?
20 years later. Yeah.
Well, I had a fun weekend. Me and my best friend from high school, who's from out of town, so we never see each other. We road tripped to Toronto for the Lizzo concert, little mom's night out, but I was the only mom probably in the whole room. Okay, so we're driving there. It's about 2.5 hours away from here. And I decided we were going to stay in the DoubleTree because I've stayed in the Hilton Toronto.
Single tree was taken?
What's that?
A great joke is what that was.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh. Single tree was taken.
Oh, yeah. So
Show's over.
I really didn't know what you said. Yeah, it's like a street name. 181 was taken. So we drove there. It's 2.5 hours away to the DoubleTree because I've stayed at the Hilton in Toronto a couple times, and every time the people of Toronto are so nice, but in the hotel, everyone's weird. One time I asked for a glass of water at the bar at the hotel I was staying in and got yelled at. And one time I had a conversation with a bellhop, and then 2 hours later he pretended he never met me before. I have all these stories. I could talk all day. So we're driving to the DoubleTree. Single tree was taken. And I have a large Diet Coke from McDonald's, and we're 30 minutes out, and I have to go number one so bad. I was dying, and I was we've got to just get there. I'm running to the lobby bathroom before we check in. And of course we had to park first, and it was 10 levels underground. So I'm sprinting up there, and I go into the bathroom. There's 2 stalls. One is out of order, and there's this woman with 5 suitcases open on the ground. And I'm just ready to like jump over the suitcases and run to the bathroom. She's like, no, I'm not done. She's like,
She's putting clothes down the toilet?
I don't know. She was like, you need to go to your room. You can't come in here. I'm like, lady, what are you talking about? I don't have a room key yet. Like, I was like getting really upset. I was about to go in the men's room. She's like, you can't go in here. And then it turned out I could go in the gym, but like, what was she doing?
What was she doing?
Every time I'm in a Toronto hotel, I have these weird experiences.
What was she doing with open suitcases
I don't
in a
know.
lobby bathroom?
Wait, were there multiple open?
Yes. And they were all like carry-on sized. I'm suspicious.
Were things strewn about?
Yes. She must have been like swapping things around her bags.
So you can't pee while she does it?
I
She
don't know.
doesn't
That's
want
what I'm saying.
particles?
The bags weren't in the stall.
Did you tell her you only had to go number 1?
Yes.
You should have gone number 1 and 2 in the bag.
Yeah, get her
Right in the
toothbrush out
bag.
first.
So now I can't stay at the DoubleTree either, and the cookies were really good. So it's just like a sad story.
That's not.
Yeah, they're gonna put you on a list and be like, this woman, probably a mom,
No, I just
probably
feel like
a
there's
mother, came in, went into a bathroom, didn't go, went to the gym.
it's just like suspicious activity everywhere.
You are not the suspicious
No,
one
I know
in the
she
story.
was.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
trust
okay.
it.
Did you? If you saw something, did you say something?
I didn't. Little update on our giveaway from last week. We have these beautiful, gorgeous P-Min, not P-Max stickers that have no Google branding
No.
to celebrate everyone's least favorite Google Ads campaign type. So we asked you guys to subscribe to us on YouTube, and we were going to give these away. We actually did get a lot of subscribers last week, so I think you were listening, but not a lot of people filled out the form that was in the description from the show. So we're going to fill it out this week and use the honor system. So if you did subscribe to us, fill out the form. We'll get you a sticker in the next couple of weeks. But they're beautiful and will look great on your water bottle or computer.
Or face?
Greg, what is happening this week?
All right, this week, I'm going to harness my inner LeVar Burton here and go with our news. Data Studio is saying bye. When I model, my confidence will still be high. You'll now need to take a look. It's not in a book. It's now Looker Studio.
That was so beautiful,
Is
Greg.
that the guy that sings our theme song?
Yeah. So bye Google Data Studio. Hello Looker Studio. Let's hear it directly from the source about this big change. And this is right from Google's press release. It should be pretty clear about this change here. Today, we're unifying our business intelligence product family under the Looker umbrella. Looker is the name you'll hear us use when talking about our Google Cloud business intelligence products as we bring together Looker, Data Studio, and core Google technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML. And starting today, Data Studio is now Looker Studio. With this complete enterprise business intelligence suite, we'll help you go beyond dashboards and infuse your workflows and applications with the intelligence needed to help make data-driven decisions. Pretty simple, right? Did you get that?
I just don't get why they're doing it.
I think that there's an actual case for it. I think just like Google with anything, they just hacked it up so bad. It's ridiculous. So I actually thought Looker was dead.
Mm-hmm.
We used it back in the day for when it was like mainly an analytics platform. I thought it was fine. You hated it, right?
Hate.
Yeah.
So I thought it was like an analytics only system. Apparently it's a big thing in the data viz world, and they're moving it away from being like analytics and more just business intelligence. So there's Power BI is one of the big ones. Tableau obviously is another one. But Google had Data Studio, which is similar or adjacent to Looker. So it would make sense to sort of bring those together. And they're doing it with Looker Studio.
It's just such a dumb name.
Data
It's so
Studio
hard
is a
to
good
say.
name. Well, I have a comment. I think they should hire you as the spokesperson because you do something really special with that word when you say it, don't you think?
Looker.
You
It's like how
flip
he
your
says
arm.
portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's like the synonym, like or the what is it? There's just so many like syllables that are opposite. Looker.
I think you're
Studio.
overthinking it.
It should be called Data Looker.
I'm calling it.
That would be better.
For
Thank you.
I'm calling it Lookstud. I need a Lookstud report.
I don't understand what that means, and I hate
Looker,
Stud.
get the ER. The ER is the part that's hard to say.
Okay.
And then you don't need the EO. It's just a look stud.
Oh, stud is for studio.
Yeah,
It should be
look
look
stud.
stewed.
Or mispronounce the word stud.
Stud's a terrible word.
There's stud finders.
It
there's
does-
studly people out
It
there.
just does for me what Moist does to most, and I don't like it.
Once you said data looker, I think that's our best.
can
option.
never look her
Looker's
back,
fine. It's
right?
just the looker studio part is hard. Like I will lose an hour a day moving it from data studio to looker studio.
Yeah. Kind of like when
it's a
Google
look stud report.
ads
It's all
came
look
from
stud. And I
AdWords. Look stud is look
No.
stewed. You have to say
No,
You're not
you're
gonna
saying
say you're not gonna say
I-
Luke.
no,
You're not gonna
look
say
stewed.
Luke. You're gonna say look. So don't.
Ooh, that's what they should have done.
Luke stewed.
No, if it's I think it's going to be a lot easier. Back. I need a look stud report on this. Boom.
I don't want to say look stud
Hey,
ever again.
Can
I'll
you
just
make
say
a
dashboard.
looker studio report? No, it's look stud.
Yeah, dashboard. I'm with you. Dashboard. I don't care whose brand it is.
Nope. I implore everybody to call it look stud from now on.
Look stud. We're not calling it that.
Who are you talking to? So Looker is still going to be an enterprise BI solution, business intelligence solution. Looker Studio, aka Lookstud, is now sort of the way I think about it, like a freemium version of visualization tools. It hooks up with 800 different sources, I believe is the number that came out. And this is where they lose me on everything. Like it would make so much sense, honestly, if you called this like Looker Lite, where it's a light version of their premium BI and it's just like visuals or something, or you even call it labs, right? It's like Looker Labs. You get some of the business intelligence from Looker is coming to Looker Studio, but there's now going to be a Looker Studio Pro account, which blows my mind. So you can do that. It's a visualization tool just like Looker Studio, but it has enterprise management features, some team collaboration, and service level agreements at no extra cost. So, but there is an extra cost. You have to pay for that. But that is not Looker. It's Looker Studio Pro. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
So if you need something, just call it a Lookstud report. There's no longer Data Studio. They're going to have some Looker modeling layers that are going to be available now in Looker Studio.
Looker modeling layers.
But the
Lookmo
Looker
layers.
isn't the Looker Studio. It's just regular Looker.
I
Say
hope
looker
nobody was
again.
doing a drinking game with the word looker because you'd be dead.
Oh, I have a great episode title.
Okay, next up in the news here from Nicole Farley for Search Engine Land. Google Ads recommendations can now be applied as experiments. So from the experiments page in Google Ads, there's going to have little recommendations up at the top. We see them sprinkled around the entire interface. But when you're in the experiments tab, you'll be able to press a button to actually create an experiment out of that recommendation. So it's not just going to change your campaign, it's going to actually put it to the test. So all you have to do is press the create experiment button and it'll set one up.
Can I say something about this? We've been yelling about this
I know,
for years.
it makes a lot of sense.
Great idea.
It makes so much sense. Like, okay, you're recommending it, prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's set up an experiment. I think this proves that they listen to the show.
Oh, I'm sure they listen.
We're going to hear
this
licks. No, we're not going to hear
Looker Labs coming up.
Yeah, we're going to hear Lookstead report next week. For now, this is only available for recommendations that switch your keywords to broad match or switch your bid strategy to target ROAS. I just think it makes so much sense. This was definitely our idea first. Proves that they listen to the show. I love it. Want to see it for more recommendations because if you're recommending it, I want you to prove it.
From Bryce Gump, at Bryce Gump on Twitter, because Forrest Gump was taken. Keyword, topics, and placement. This is a tweet. Keyword, topics, and placement targeting are going away from YouTube ads next year. RIP to all those great money-making keywords. The changes keep coming. And Bryce is referring to a screenshot that he shared straight from a Google Ads help article, people. It says, content targeting. Avoid content targeting by keywords, topics, or placements. Avoid adding content targeting by keywords, topics, or placements to your campaign, as this may limit your campaign's performance. Video campaigns that drive conversions usually perform better without keywords, topics, or placements. That's the general guidance. Then underneath that, in a nice little gray box, this is the kicker, folks. It says, note, To help you find more conversion opportunities, you will no longer be able to add content targeting to new and existing conversion campaigns in the coming months. From early 2023, all existing content targeting settings will be automatically removed from video campaigns that drive conversions, which is interesting language.
Yeah.
So, like, you can have them in other campaigns that aren't, I mean, we're all trying to drive conversions. So I don't know if that's like a setting thing, whatever. I don't understand. It's generally stupid. To manually remove content targeting from existing conversion campaigns, go to your ad group settings. Like, I am not going to manually remove anything that I've put in there intentionally. And it's usually when they like phase something out, they just say you can't edit it, but they leave it alone. They're just going to get rid of things in early 2023.
I hope they tell us.
I hope so too. I think this is their way of doing it.
I think this is so stupid. I don't do a lot with YouTube, but like if you can get a good placement,
Oh my god.
This is unbelievable.
working for you,
Yeah.
especially with like, it's the only option that's not like using, I don't know, that's like never going to make anyone mad because you're just targeting a placement. You're not like targeting people based on browser activity or whatever.
You can be like, this is a great fit to go along with this video. I'm going to show my ad on this video.
It makes total sense. And it is a screenshot in the tweet, but we have the receipts. I checked. It is in the help article. It's there.
Do you think that Tuna Melt Neil Mohand had anything to do with this?
Tuna melt. What does that mean? He's got a family.
They don't listen.
This is another step of messing up YouTube.
Is it YouTube's fault or Google Ads' fault?
Well, it's a YouTube problem.
I understand that, but it seems like it's a Google Ads. I don't know. It's just, they're all in it to lose it.
That is
folks.
so dumb. Like, I feel like there's a lot of situations where you could be like promoting your own YouTube channel and like people who are interested in another one might be interested in yours. That is really dumb.
It is dumb. I just cannot stand the fact that they're just automatically removing it. And if you didn't read this or you're not listening to the
You're
show,
in trouble.
yeah, like it's just going to
then
go
there's
away
probably
and you're
no
not gonna
targeting
know.
in there.
Yeah, and then there's not going to be anything in the change history because it's just going to be a thing and no one's going to know what happened to their campaigns if they didn't see this or hear this. Hopefully there's a formal announcement, but we're going to be mad then too. Like, so you just can't automatically remove things. I guess you can if you're Google. Now it's time for this week's Take of the Week. This is a #fire digital marketing take with extra spice served up for you. We simply deliver the take for your consumption. We give no opinions. We don't influence. You make the call.
All right, this week's Take of the Week comes from PPC Greg of the Year 2021. And he says, well, he's got a picture of a change in ad distribution options. We've talked about this a little bit. I don't know if we talked about this one specifically, but there's a change with ad distribution settings in Microsoft Advertising at the ad group level. Previous options were all search networks, Bing, AOL, and Yahoo Search, and then Bing, AOL, Yahoo syndicated search partners. And now you're going to be able to have the entire Microsoft network and Microsoft sites and select traffic. And above the change kind of log there, Microsoft says, we have heard loud and clear that advertisers want more volume from Microsoft advertising campaigns. To which
Oh my God.
PPC Greg says, doubt anyone saying we want more volume, knowing it's lower quality, especially not loud and clear. #PPC chat. We don't want more volume, we want more conversion. We
That's
want
just like a lie.
good volume. Quality, not quantity.
That's really upsetting.
We want more quality. Do not want more quantity. Thank you, PPC Greg.
Now it's time for this week's ICYMI.
ICYMI people.
This is something you just might not have seen. Maybe something that you overlooked, but you shouldn't have.
ICYMI people from John Lee at John_A_Lee. He is sharing an article from Clicks Marketing. And he says, a quick reference guide to list uploads by digital platform. So this is a really handy guide from Kristen Kusiak. And it goes through how all the list headers differ by channel for Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Reddit. So just a handy bookmark. If you're uploading things to multiple platforms, this will show you all the changes that you need to make. So thank you, John. Thank you, Clicks. Thank you, Kristen.
Now it's time for this week's Pew Pew Lightning Round. At this point in the show, we split up our content into 3 parts: paid, organic, and social.
First up in the paid universe, Kasim Aslam has a new find in his account. These are those automatically created assets. We reported that these were coming. I don't know if we've seen a screenshot of them in anyone's account yet. So he says Google can create search ads and customize the given assets for better ad relevancy for search campaigns. So this is something you can opt into in your campaigns, and you might want to opt out if you want more control. So thanks for the reminder there, Kasim. And then from PPC Greg, ever heard of him? You may remember a few weeks ago, he let us know that you could now run Google Ads automated rules every hour. Well, he had a rule running every hour in his account, and he said this rule has been running fine on an hourly cadence until October 5th at 6 p.m. Since then, it's still trying to apply the rule, so every hour since it has skipped. And if you look at the screenshot, it says like applying ... and then it just never actually going through, and every single hour it's skipping. So that's not a good sign for these hourly rules. Thanks for the heads up, PPC Greg. Next, we have this article about how much attention people are actually paying to your ads as they browse the internet. This was conducted by Amplified Intelligence in association with Yahoo, and I guess they were looking at facial footage via people's camera as they were looking at ads.
What? Did I consent to that?
I don't know. I guess it's for this Amplified Intelligence app, which I don't have, but I just can't imagine the faces I'm making while I'm scrolling. And thoughts and prayers to anyone who had to see that. So some takeaways here. They say go short. When using video, short is sweet. 15-second video ads delivered 2.8 more active attention than 2.8x more active attention than 30-second videos. They also say go big. The larger the ad size, the more active attention you'll get. That's me going like,
yeah, what are
the whole page?
Got your attention though.
I was on like CNN or something yesterday looking at the news about Dame Angela Lansbury and got a full page ad on like a news site. It was CNN or NBC or something. I was like, ugh, don't do that. More of a publisher problem than an advertiser problem. I wouldn't do that. Then they say go high impact. So they say among ad formats, interscroller and video do a great job of driving active attention. And they have all these other ad types listed out and how long people are looking at those. So definitely some good info in here to dig into if you're interested. And we will have it in the show notes at marketingoclock.com and in our Discord channel, community.marketingoclock.com. Oh, and the newsletter. marketingclock.com/newsletter. Anywhere else? Okay, Pixelate has an article about iOS 16 adoption trends and found that there is a 16.6% reduction in ad fraud from updated devices. So that sounds like a good thing for advertisers. Every time these updates happen on my phone, I feel like I never agree to it, and then it's just updated the next morning. Kind of sketchy.
Maybe your face said something.
I know. Mine hasn't updated yet, though. Meta has renamed their Facebook advertising policies to Meta Advertising Standards.
Problem. Standards.
They have no standards. Lower your standards.
Also that, but standards just seem like general guidelines, whereas policies are like a thing.
Yeah.
This is terrible naming that's very on brand for them.
I have standards for a usable ad platform, and they're not cutting it. So
yeah.
They said, we're not making any changes to the scope of these policies or how we enforce them, nor are we announcing any new policies. So
standards.
Apparently nothing's changed, just the name. John Kagan tweeted from his @JohnKagan Twitter account, hey, ads liaison, have I always been able to run YouTube ads on YouTube TV via the Google Ads UI? And I have never realized it before, or is this newish? Always thought I had to do it via a reserve buy. And then PPC Greg chimed in, ever heard of him? He said, if we look back, we can see YouTube TV placements from last January. We're not able to specifically target them without buying via reservation basis. So you can see in here, he has placements on TVS and OWN, but he can't target them specifically. I wonder if that's changing with your change.
Changing with my change? We'll never know unless somebody reads the help article.
I know. There's also a QVC channel on YouTube TV, but they don't have ads because it is an ad.
Shout out Jan Bice.
All right, P in peace. Oh, do you think she's hanging out with Angela?
Oh, my queens. It's Jean. Google announced Publisher Advertiser Identity Reconciliation, or PAIR. This will allow people to use first-party data for targeting with display and video 360. So they say this is a new solution that gives publishers and advertisers the option to securely and privately reconcile their first-party data for audiences who have visited both an advertiser and publisher site. So advertisers can basically now show relevant ads to these audiences. Sounds like a great thing. If you've been looking for more personalized ads from Google AdSense, you're in luck. Google says first-party cookies for personalization help to show personalized ads to your users when third-party cookies aren't available. That's just poetry. You have to press allow first-party cookies for this to work. But more importantly, Barry Schwartz wrote about it, and he has the most adorable image of a little cookie plate on a wooden table.
They look really good.
Yeah.
Do you think he made those?
They're like Christmas cookies, and it makes me so hungry.
Hot take, I don't like those little butter cookies.
Why
Those
not?
are rat cookies.
Rat cookies.
Yeah. Those are not good.
Like what's on this page?
Yeah, I don't like those ones.
Would you eat them at 10 a.m. though?
I'd eat one. I would eat these at 10 a.m. They're a
No.
lot smaller than a donut.
Donut, mess around.
Like, why not just make a chocolate chip cookie?
Because that's just different.
All cookies can't be the same.
These ones, like if you look at that little one there with all those, it looks like almost Skittles on there. Those cookies, and maybe the worst cookies, this got a lot of hate on this, Christmas cookies. They all stink.
I think these are Christmas cookies.
No, these are first party cookies.
Well, the
For
one
whatever party you're having, it's the first one.
Everybody's nodding their head agreeing with me now.
We should have
No,
a first party
You're
party.
wrong. That's cute, yeah.
The ones with like the peanut buttery cookie with the Hershey Kiss.
Oh, thumbprints? Is that what they're called? Why don't we do a cookie draft someday?
Yeah, Christmas cookies are so good, and then they get like a little bit stale, and they're still good.
Mm.
You're missing out, Greg. Okay, well, do you have any organic cookie news for us?
Not really. I think I put this in the wrong section. But power listener of the show, Diana Alina Aldea from Creatopy, has a short form video advertising battle, a study where she put $3,000 across a variety of different video ads to see what would have the biggest impact. So it was the same ad, a vertical video, 2 locations, US and Canada, same devices, mobile, Android, the same landing page. And then they took a look at, for the $750 split across everything, looking at the users that arrived on the landing pages, sessions, impressions, cost per click, CPM, video views, total video views played. And the winner was YouTube Shorts. But you should download the report. Again, head on over to community.marketingoclock.com and you can get it there and get the link there. It was surprising. I'd also say the videos are a little bit B2B. I think it was for the company itself. So take it with a grain of salt, but there's some really good stats there. And YouTube had surprisingly very good impressions, clicks, and had the most landing page visits by far.
That's surprising.
Thank you, Diana. All right. And social media today has an article talking about YouTube sharing more information on data via stories. And so you can hop now into your YouTube Studio account and there's new ways to show. We talked about this before. I guess it's finally rolling out where you can see the data in that visual format. And that's what everybody likes. Ever since Spotify did it, they ruined everything. Now you can't consume data from like a smart format. Everything just is aggregated and you can say, oh, here's one way to grow is to get more people to return. You can look at new viewers or old viewers and whatever. So if you like the visual look about things, I don't understand why everything has to be dumbed down, but it's super dumb. So you might like it if you like that stuff.
It's really shareable though. If you like, we always talk about reporting differently for different folks. This may be useful in some cases. It's not for performance marketers, but maybe some of the folks we report to.
Yeah, if you don't care about your YouTube channel, it's great. Use it. Okay, this is pretty creepy, but there is a new Google-based, it seems like it's the footsteps of DALL-E, like was the image creation. It's now called Imagen, and it's from Google's highly reputed AI lab called Google Brain. And so Imagen, it sounds like they auto-generated the name of this thing.
It's like Imagine.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know, I'm guessing.
Is it Well, there's like an Irish name that's similar to that, but with an O, right?
It's Imagen. Imogen. But this now uses that technology to create video. So you can make deepfake video, not just deepfake photos.
They're generating images. Imogen.
Right, but it's video. That's what I don't get.
None of this
So
makes
anyway, you can put your information in, and Imogen will then generate video for you around what you put in. And it's like, what could go wrong here? You know? Be like, hey, Imogen, show me Jessica Lee Budd wearing pink.
Never.
Imogen will do it.
I don't know.
Imogen,
What are they going to draw from?
show me Shep with her pet rats.
She made a face. For those of you listening, she made a
Sickening.
face.
I don't know. I just this is where I'm starting. I'm like, oh, we don't need fake video. All right. From YouTube, they're now going all in on handles. So over the next month, there will be notifications to creators where they can choose a handle for their channel. Many cases, you already have a personalized URL. You're going to be able to start using the @ and then tagging other YouTube channels. This actually makes sense.
That's fine.
So the one thing that seems odd is if you don't have a personalized URL. I was worried that somebody might be able to come in and swoop in and take that handle. It does not seem like that's the case. They say in most cases, if a channel already has a personalized URL, they will automatically become their default handle. So you're probably in good shape if you've got that already, but they'll let you know when you can use that. All right. Customers' Black Friday spend is forecasted to hit $1.58 billion. It's a lot of billion. And according to the report from Future, 90% of the audience is planning to spend on Black Friday, which is a sample size of 2,600 plus folks out there. So a lot of people are going to be buying on Black Friday. How about y'all? Did you buy on Black Friday?
I will be home. Thank you.
I buy
Actually, I'll be at my
something
brother's house.
Me too.
All right. And the other thing I thought that was a little bit suspect here, it says the research highlights that the impact of rising costs has driven consumers to seek out deals and buy gifts earlier to beat price hikes, with 45% already starting their holiday gift purchases.
We've been saying just in time for the holidays since like July. So those are our listeners, and
is
it's our fault.
Buying things in October.
My mother-in-law, she buys them all year.
Have you bought anything?
She'll come to me in October and be like, I'm done for the year.
I almost bought something every
And they're
Prime.
proud of
Well, actually, should I say? I won't say what it is, but I got drunk at a charity event and bid on something that we're going to use as Christmas gifts for a lot of people because we shouldn't have gotten it.
Have you bought anything?
it. For the holidays?
Yeah.
The upcoming ones?
Yeah.
No. I won't
Tables?
until the last minute.
No? No. I almost bought a baseball bat on Prime Day, but I realized I don't need that.
Yeah, see, I feel like
Sounds
you have
pretty sweet.
several.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And from the Twitter account of Neil Mohan, he tweets, new all caps. For Android viewers, you can now watch YouTube videos together with others on a Google Meet call! Exclamation.
Dreams coming true.
So, okay, you know, maybe, do you watch a lot of stuff, communicate with your family members on Google Meet?
No.
Okay. It goes on to say, YouTube Premium members can start the session, and family/friends/colleagues, even if they're not premium members, can join in. ...
I wasn't a premium member before, but this might switch me.
I-
This might make me pull out my wallet.
You're joking.
No follow-up after that ...
He always does that.
What are you thinking? Like,
This is their way of getting around people that share passwords with each other. I don't know how they're getting around it. Maybe they're collecting your data
why
if you
would
join the Meet
need
call.
Google Meet for this.
They're-
Why would it be only for premium? Like, bless his little heart. I know he's got room temperature IQ, but Neil, like, there's nothing good with this update. Nobody's going to be using this, right?
Maybe at least 4 people will use this.
Well, if you want, go download Google Meet and then go pay for YouTube Premium, and you can start that with your family. You just got to get
And
them
your
to download it all
colleagues.
too, and your colleagues.
Your colleagues.
All right, Google Docs will soon let you embed other apps. Do you think we can get Neil on the show?
No.
Not if he's ever listened.
I can never look him in the eye.
I'll reach out to him.
I have dreams that I meet Neil at an airport and he's like, hey, aren't you that lady who smears my name every week?
Well, see, I'll have I'm Google's biggest fan, so
Yeah.
like I got that at least. Okay. Google Docs will soon let you embed other apps into your documents, and the feature is called Smart Chips. I don't like why they call everything chips, like people chips, smart chips. But anyway,
Chocolate chips.
that'd be nice. Better than butter. All right. And it refers to essentially embedding other apps into Google Docs. The API will make it all work new. It was announced at its Cloud Next conference, but basically you can see visual previews of Miro, Figma boards. There's no index editing power yet, but you'll be able to see live updating analytics through Tableau. So pretty cool. You can pull other stuff into Google Docs. Like, that's actually awesome. So you can tell Neil doesn't work in that division. Next up, Google says structured data may help us identify product reviews content. This is one of these insane arguments that only SEOs can have. But there's a whole bunch of back and forth about if structured data can help Google understand that there's product reviews on a page. There's a bunch of back and forth between akent99 on Twitter, and then Barry brought Danny into the mix, and Danny does his thing with Google where they say where he says structured data isn't used for ranking. And Danny's version of ranking means ranking higher, not ranking. Ranking for most layman folks means, is it going to help categorize you into a spot? Is it because it will be ranking as a product review? Danny's version, from what I can tell, is ranking means ranking higher. So it's Alan, and then Danny says, Alan was saying it's possible to help be used to identify types of content, just as we use many signals to understand content. So whatever. All right, from Search Engine Roundtable, this is the title of the post from Barry Schwartz. Google Product Reviews Update is primarily on a page level basis, but not always. Gee, thanks, Google, for that clarification. But also, maybe not. All right, from LukeCarthy.com, he's got a good look at Toys R Us. He says Toys R Us are back, but their links and traffic are not. If you recall, Toys R Us just shut their website down. It appears they're trying to relaunch the thing, and you can see what it looks like when a site has been dormant and gone, and the havoc that it causes.
I didn't know giraffes hibernated.
Yeah.
He missed an opportunity to use R for R back. But he wrote out the whole word.
Yep. You've got an amazing brain. All right. And if you don't have anything to do this November, specifically November 15th and 16th, I implore you to check out the SMX Next. The agenda has just dropped. Yours truly is running a panel called Your Guide to Permission-Based Audience Targeting with Nava Hopkins. I'm also running a panel with Ivana Dukic from Smarter E-Commerce, and I have seen the slides from Corey Henke on my last panel. 3 innovative video marketing trends for 2023 and beyond. It's worth it just for this. I promise you. And best yet, I will personally refund all of your money if you don't like the show.
Wow.
Yes. It's free to register.
Oh.
So head on over to SMX Next, marketinglandevents.com. Don't miss it. Oh, and there's so much that is going to be packed in these 2-day events. Ginny's going to be speaking as well, so definitely check it out. Speaking of packed in, how is nobody talking about 4-2, the 6-pack last week, 16-7-1 on the season?
I've been talking about that all week.
Oh, well, we got bias this week, so it's 5-pack. I have Kansas City +3. Sorry, tables. Miami +3.5. The Giants +5.5. Jacksonville +2. And the Patriots +3. I'm taking all the points this week and probably taking the money if you bet them. So let's don't listen to that. That's all in organic. What's happening in social, bud?
All right, first up in social this week, Twitter is launching a new view for professional accounts called Professional Home, which is just lovely. It is no looker, but the bird says that this new dashboard gives pros around the globe the ability to track performance, discover product offerings, and tap into additional resources. This sounds very glamorous, but in reality, it's just a reconfiguration of metrics that were already available to users like total tweet impressions, engagement rate, profile visits, link clicks. The upside is that you can now see all these things in one view, so there's not as much clicking around as there was before, and there is a handy menu of other tools right there, like monetization. So again, just kind of like a hub, if you will. It is definitely an upgrade as far as convenience, and this is just speculation, but as they're kind of building more of a home base for this sort of thing, I wonder if more improvements for businesses or brands might be coming down the line. If not, who doesn't love a makeover? Sticking with Twitter here, the platform announced they're introducing new ways to share different types of content, videos, images, and GIFs together in a single tweet, which is very, very cool. But what is not cool is that they went with a hard G in their video. GIFs are for kids, silly bird. I don't like that. TikTok's got a slew of new editing tools to help you clip, play with sound, add text and overlays, and more. So if you're into that, Matt Navarra has an entire thread emoji with the full breakdown. Also from Matt Navarra, he's got a tweet that says Twitter doesn't want you to screenshot tweets anymore. It wants active users on platform viewing tweets instead of via screenshots on rival platforms, which kind of makes sense. My words, not his. And then he says one of these now pops up when you take a screenshot, and he shared an image. It says share tweet instead with a copy link call to action button. So they're trying to keep people, or I guess try and bring people into the Twitter platform instead of just looking elsewhere.
That's ridiculous. What were you gonna say?
My favorite is those Instagram accounts of like comedian girlies who just take screenshots of their tweets and post them on Instagram. It's not what it's for.
It's a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
That is one thing that really helped TikTok grow, is that watermark. So why don't you make something when you screenshot it to append that in there, or do something else? Like, you want people to distribute your platform. It works so well. There's just a great article, I'll have to find it, about how that watermark really helped TikTok's distribution, because you couldn't just post a video on Reddit. You couldn't just do anything like that. It came from TikTok, and you could go follow that user instantly. So I don't know. This is a bad move.
It's also, we don't know, because this is just again a tweet from Matt Navarra, but I don't know if you can get rid of that, because it kind of gets in the way of the screenshot too. So there's that. All right, here's a tweet from the one and only Glenn Gabe.
Oh no.
It's so eloquent. I'm just going to read it. Even the team building it isn't using it. Oh boy. Internal memo. Meta's VP of Metaverse says Horizon Worlds is suffering from too many quality issues, and even the team building the app isn't using it very much. So there's that.
That Mark Zuckerberg is so creepy.
I just love that we've seen it at least twice now.
Yeah.
It really deserves more air coverage.
Nobody goes in there because they don't want to see what they look like as these characters.
Can
They're
you look like
creepy.
anything you want?
I
Or
don't
was
know.
this him trying to look like himself?
I don't know.
Either way, I'm sure we all look better than that.
I just look at, if you click through that link and you go see the image from The Verge, he looks a lot more like Mark Zuckerberg. Still looks, uncanny valley-ish. But the image of this world looks kind of cool. But I've got the real world. This is what I don't get.
Does it look as cool?
Yeah. Have you been outside? Have you seen the leaves changing color? Yeah, it looks cooler.
I'm not seeing this picture you're talking about.
Oh, that is creepy.
Like,
Scroll
it's
down.
fine.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. View this post. Hold, please, while I view said post. Can you just show me on your computer? It's not. Oh. It still doesn't look real.
It's creepy.
I get it if you're trying to pretend like you're next to somebody that's far away. That's where. Fine.
My heart just broke. Get on a plane. Your love is worth it.
Thanks, Jess.
Another way to express love. From social media today, Twitter's updated Twemoji spark new creative trends in the app. And this could be a new trend to jump on or not. Speaking of eloquent, thank you, Andrew Hutchinson. They're the same emojis we're used to. They're just a little bit 3D. That's cute and all. Some people are taking this very seriously and creating art. If you like Lisa Frank, I think this is fine. Will it ruin Twitter?
That's beautiful.
Probably not. Is it making it better? I don't know. You know what's not making Twitter better? From Jane, Mansion Wong at Wong M. Jane on Twitter. Twitter is working on an experiment where hashtags are no longer clickable links unless a tweet contains branded hashtags like One Team and Periscope that brands pay to add an icon next to the hashtags for a while to promote stuff. Not sure what this is for. And then she
Sounds
has a
like a
screenshot of
terrible
it.
idea.
It's a terrible idea. And according to one of the replies, it says, this is a temporary experiment. I worked on the feature. Nobody's temporarily experimenting with anything they're not considering, though.
Mm-hmm.
This is really dumb.
I feel like Neil Mohan moved it over to the Twitter team. Why would you get rid of hashtags?
Keep Neil out of this.
Is it a play to get more money? Because just make a better ads platform, which we haven't said in a while. It makes it
No, it's not,
makes
'cause
things useless.
They're moving everything towards trying to be subscription based, but this doesn't make a ton of sense at all.
It literally doesn't make sense. It turns things into verbal hashtags, which you can't click on, and they're hilarious, but not in real life.
But they basically had an engineer confirm that, right?
Correct.
That it was just a test, that it wasn't for sure.
Yes. But again, why are you testing things if you're not considering them?
Why would you take the resources to go through and unlink hashtags, the foundation of Twitter?
Unless you were strongly considering
Hey,
it.
Julie, you have to pay to use hashtag PPC chat.
Right.
Ridiculous.
You're just going to get people leaving. You're not going to get them to do the thing. Yeah.
At some point, all these platforms are like, what can we do to get people to not use this as much as possible? What's next? TikTok is going to like start selling things? Like, what is coming up next? Like, you're just going to do something absolutely and utterly ridiculous.
Greg, did you read ahead?
No.
Sure you did.
What do you got for us?
We'll get there in a second. Okay. Speaking of platforms, just bleep that later, tables. A few months ago, Alessandro Paluzzi shared that Twitter was working on a chat feature for communities. I don't remember if we talked about it or not, but that's old news. This week, though, he's got updates with more detail as they keep working on the development, and it looks like it's actually, based on the screenshots that he shared, looks like it's actually a chat that you can then join. You can see when somebody else is chatting about said tweet and join the conversation, which could be really cool. It's great for engagement.
Yeah, that makes sense. You have a chat topic and your community can jump on a specific topic. That's a great feature.
Yeah. Maybe
Just
that
don't make
won't
it a
be
hashtag.
temporary.
Yeah, don't make it a hashtag.
Alessandro also shared that hashtag Snapchat, of all things, is working on a new feature for Snapchat Plus. Subscribers called custom story expiration. You can basically set your story snaps to expire at certain intervals, an hour, 6 hours, 12 hours, 2 days, 3 days, or 1 week after posting. Nice to have that control. Straight from the Meta's mouth, this is from Alexandra Voika, who does communications for them. It says, today we are announcing new ways to customize what you see in your Facebook feed so you can discover what's most relevant to you. You can select show more or show less on posts from people and communities you're connected to and posts that Facebook recommends to you. I have no complaints there. I think that's actually great. From Nicole Farley for Search Engine Land, Facebook has rolled out a new Pages experience that is, according to the platform, more ideal for small and medium-sized businesses to help them better build connections. How exactly they're planning to do that, Pages will now have their own feed. So if you're an admin, you can scroll through a feed that is meant for your business and more easily engage with users and businesses as the page. I absolutely love that. I think that is great. The new layout also has it's a more streamlined layout with easier navigation between your personal profile and business pages, as well as a professional dashboard to manage all your activities quickly. So, of course, along with this announcement came a list of 5 ways you can be your best on Facebook. And I'm paraphrasing there, but all the fluff on how you can just do all the things you need to. But in general, I like this. All right.
Shout out Jaspers.
Of course. I love their rebrand. I hate their rebrand. According to the Wall Street Journal, TikTok's parent ByteDance saw its operating losses more than triple last year to above $7 billion. Yeesh. But here in 2022, the same report showed that ByteDance produced an operating profit for the first quarter. So things are apparently turning a corner and big things are coming. More on that in a minute, but just to stick with the talk, FYI, TikTokers are the next generation of auto buyers. So if you're in the car biz, the platform has published a new marketing playbook just for you. You can check that out, and I hope it helps you drive business.
Congratulations.
On the pun? Award winning, right? Okay. Greg, I think this Next couple stories might be what you were alluding to before. In an interesting turn of events, TikTok has slapped, I'm going to quote this because it's really good. TikTok has slapped a proverbial glove across the face of Instagram in retaliation for IG copying all of its stuff, with the addition of a new photo mode for still images in the app. End quote. This is not just single images either. You can add carousels. I guess that's fine. They have also extended video captions. You can write a novel of up to 2,200 characters to go with your videos now. So everything is turning into one. And apparently they are not just copying Instagram either. Someone else has a target on their back. According to Axios, TikTok is planning to build its own product fulfillment centers in the US, creating an e-commerce supply chain system that could directly challenge Amazon.
What?
This is apparently they're getting the idea by more than a dozen new job openings that were posted in the past 2 weeks on LinkedIn. So there's some validity to this. I don't know how people feel about TikTok being an e-commerce giant, but Axios has a nice spin saying they're just really signifying their commitment to e-commerce. We'll see.
The thing I appreciate about TikTok is they just take chances on things. Like this is something Meta's never done. This is they're not beholden to being a public company.
Yeah, they
right?
certainly don't care if they lose money.
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They're like the Live Tour, right? And they're out there being like, oh, let's just set up our own distribution. That's fine. Cool. Go for it. What they're not doing is being like, oh, maybe we should get rid of hashtags because Twitter got rid of hashtags.
Yeah.
Live Tour's a golf thing, Jess.
Oh, Live Strong? That's bikes? Okay. Well, we'll go back to Twitter here. Last but not least, Twitter's edit button. There was
Twatter's
a call
edit
back
button.
to it. I didn't want to say twatter again, but if I get to, Twatter's edit button is rolling out to blue subscribers in the US. So congrats, everyone. Rejoice in that. If you want to spend a couple bucks a month, you can now edit your tweets. And that brings us to our real life segment, straight out of our accounts and into your ear holes. It's time for Working Hard or Hardly Working, where we talk about what's going on in our IRL work, good, bad, or otherwise.
I don't think I've ever voiced aloud on this show how annoying I think it is that when you're looking at the search term report, when you're looking at the total or search terms that you can actually see, it'll show you conversions, like all of your different columns. But then when you're looking at the hidden search terms row, it only shows you like conversions and spend and won't calculate any of the other columns and doesn't show you all conversions, just where I keep my like SQLs, so I can't see them and I have to do the math from the totals. It's so stupid.
So we should make a plugin that just puts like the little troll face where that should be. Or we should actually
little
make a plugin
dash.
I like
that adds
that.
it up. We
Yeah,
should build an
that's what I
extension.
thought you were gonna say.
No, I was thinking just put a troll face in there so at least you can smile at how big a jerks they are.
There's no reason for that. Like we can do the math and figure it out. You're just making us hate you. Thank you,
More.
Greg.
All right. Something hardly working. We've audited, I'd say, a half dozen accounts here recently over the past 3 months, I'd say. Not seen one remarketing campaign actually doing remarketing. If you're out there and you say you're doing remarketing, you can't have optimized targeting on. You sure as heck can't have similar audiences on in Google Ads. There's just a lot of people doing quote unquote remarketing incorrect. So if you're one of those people, or if you want me to take a look, I'll happily take a look for you. But most people are not remarketing those remarketing campaigns.
It is so easy to overlook something too, because there's so many things in different places. So you really got to pay attention. Working hard for me, I've talked before about, I think I have at least, about like joining an onboarding meeting for new employees for a client and really like getting to hear about the product out of the horse's mouth, so to speak. This week we did something sort of similar. We attended a pitch from a sales team as if we were the client, and they pitched the product to us, but they also had some, anecdotes knowing that we're doing their marketing. And I just thought it was so interesting to hear that external perspective too. And we took away quite a few nuggets, like pain points that, you know, a lot of prospective clients might bring up to them that maybe the marketing team internally doesn't really know about, because sales is on the front lines of that, as well as key differentiators that you may not see in some of their collateral. You can really only experience on, like, say, a tour or something like that. And it was really enlightening and gave us a lot of ideas for things to include on landing pages or even an ad copy to just get in front of some of those questions that we know people might ask further down the line. So talk to everyone you can when you're trying to advertise something for someone. Just get all the info. It's really helpful.
You have so many fun meetings.
I really do. It was so, like, we used the whole hour. We thought we went into it knowing so much, and we came out of it knowing even more. It was really, truly enlightening. Different departments have different perspectives. You should talk to everyone that you can.
And now for this week's
Cool Tool.
As a reminder, our Cool Tool segment is not an official endorsement or paid mention. We're simply sharing something we found in our travels that may be of use to our listeners and is really, really cool.
Okay, everyone, quit being solemn. Get yourself some harder working columns. This week's Cool Tool is a guide from Dave Alexander, 13 custom columns to enhance Google Ads reporting. Dave runs through how to create custom columns in Google Ads if you don't know how to do that, as well as a baker's dozen of useful examples you can apply to your own account to get insights on things like predicted spend, increased competition, new keyword opportunities, percentage of spend on search partners, SI, and more. It's a step-by-step guide with loads of screenshots, so it's super easy to follow, and there's some really great ideas in here. Team paid, you want to give this one a read. So as always, we will have the link in our newsletter as well as on Discord, so pick your poison and check it out.
Now it's time for our must-read marketing article of the week. An article so advanced, so in-depth, so detailed that we simply cannot cover it in its entirety on today's show.
This week's must-read marketing article of the week comes from shouldweswitchoffbrandads.com. Brand search incrementality testing, a guide for performance marketers. And if you're looking to come up with a good test to see if those brand ads should stay or go, they break down with math 3 main ways that you can do that testing. Just look as a little note here. It does seem like they're going to offer a service that will do this for you. So, like, this is a great piece of content right up the alley of actually converting users. But they talk about method 1, where you are switching off the campaign and seeing what happens. Method 2, you're doing that only in specific geographic areas. And method 3, it's sort of like an on-off test. So I'm assuming they're going to sort of offer this. But there's a lot of great visuals. You can see how they think through it, all the math that goes around it. And again, they might convert some of you folks listening out there to use the service. I do not think it is launched yet. You still have to join the waitlist, but a great example of some content marketing and some great visuals. Thank you to
Ellis Crosby.
Alex Crosby.
Yeah, Ellis. Sent it to us on Twitter.
Nice.
Yeah. And now onto our playlist of curated songs to work to. You can head over to playlist.marketingoclock.com to listen to Marketing a Playlist. Greg, what will you be putting on the playlist this week?
I have You Wish by Nightmares on Wax.
I will be selecting this week Beauty and the Beast as sung by Dame Angela Lansbury. She is just my queen. Rest in peace, 96 years young. Unfortunately, Greg Finn broke me the news in the most crass manner.
I did not. I said, I'm not going to tell you. I found out the news.
You enjoyed it.
I did not enjoy it. I said I wasn't going to tell you, and you insisted.
So listen to Beauty and the Beast and then watch Murder, She Wrote. I have all the seasons on DVD if you need to borrow one. Jess?
I'm going to keep it Blink-182 here and go with Pretty Little Girl, which features Yellow Wolf, and I will die on the hill that he enhances that song. My husband will murder me on that hill. So pick a side. It's a great song.
All right, that does it for today's show.
It is now officially not Marketing O'Clock.
Thanks for listening.
And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Marketing O'Clock. If you're looking for more information on today's topics, head over to marketingoclock.com/newsletter to receive every single article we covered. We share the news as it breaks in our Discord community. Head over to community.marketingoclock.com to join.
Welcome to this week's Shoot in the Heck. We're after our famous Friday news show. We don't talk about marketing anymore. We just
shoot the heck.
This week we have a fantastic game for you. Greg is acting like it's very confusing, but it's not. We're going to draft Halloween movies.
Okay, so Halloween has to be in the movie. There has to be a
No,
Halloween scene.
it's just a movie that you watch because it's Halloween. It
So it's a
doesn't
horror
have to.
movie.
No, we've done horror movies before, Greg. This is different. It can be a horror movie, or it could be a family Halloween movie.
Okay. Asterisk already.
Yeah. And also, I think we did that like 3 years ago. Like, my taste in Halloween movies has changed a lot, and Jess and Tables weren't here. So we're going to do it.
All right.
Okay. I never go first. So I'm going to come in hot with
Wow.
This
I'm
is the
gonna go
hottest
first.
you've ever come in.
And I don't even know what I'm doing.
This is why I never go
Great one.
first. I'm just gonna go with Hocus Pocus.
Ugh.
It's you don't like it?
No, I love it. I'm just mad that you took that.
Just a little scary, like some Queenie witches. It's great vibes. You got to watch it every year. I'm unsure about how I feel about the sequel. I love Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker. Most people don't, but I do.
What about that third lady?
Kathy Najimy, right?
Proud of you. I
She's
have no
nice.
idea. Yeah.
Okay, Greg, what are you gonna take?
All right. I'm going to take first up here one that just is total creep vibe. I'm going to go with The Shining. Number one.
That was on my list.
Same.
Love The Shining.
Can't beat it. I have to watch it every year. Okay, Tables.
I can't believe this slid to me, but I'm going to go with Halloween.
That's not a Halloween movie.
No.
Okay, which
Which
one?
So, I mean, I'm sure we could do a draft of just the Halloweens, but I'm going to go with my favorite, which is the original Rob Zombie.
Yes!
I don't think I've ever
good job,
seen it.
Tables.
Thanks.
If Kyle Richards isn't in it, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's good.
Who's
it's worth
he?
watching.
Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. Okay, Jess, what are your first two picks?
Oh, I get two?
Yeah,
It's a
it's a serpentine.
serpentine.
Okay. Shoot. Trick or Treat.
What's that?
Never seen it.
Oh, it's a horror film. They're re-releasing it in theaters this year. It's a classic. Anna Paquin is in it.
Oh.
It's like a whole bunch of different like little stories, and then they all come together in the end. It is spooky
Spoiler
and
alert.
gory,
It's
but
really
it's like
scary?
it's not really scary. There's some stuff in it. You could handle
I'm
it.
interested.
It's like campy and fun and themed and nice, but not
Okay.
old. Yeah, Trick or Treat. And then I guess I have to, since Rob Zombie's original Halloween is taken, I am going to take Rob Zombie's iteration of Halloween 2 because I think it is probably the best in the entire
I feel like the
franchise.
rest of these two picks are all going to be
Yeah,
different
there's back
versions
and
of
forth,
Halloween.
Rom Zombie Fest. All right, Tables, what do you got?
I'm going to go with Beetlejuice.
Great pick. See, like that's a great example. Not a horror movie, but we all wanted it. Okay, great.
That was what I was going to take here. I need Tim Burton.
classic.
I need some Tim Burton. I was gonna
Coraline.
go between that is my live action Tim Burton and Edward Scissorhands, but that's more a Christmas movie. That's way more Christmas than Halloween.
It is?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
What, because it snows?
Yeah.
It snows on Halloween sometimes.
It's during Christmas. I
You're
put that on a
during
Christmas
Christmas.
card once. I'm gonna
You'll
go.
put anything on a Christmas card.
I'm gonna go The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Good choice.
Thanks.
Couldn't have picked it in a horror draft. Just proved that I had a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Rosemary's Baby. Is like one of my favorite horror movies.
I don't
I
think
just
I've
think
ever seen
it's
that.
really good. It all takes place in a hotel, and like she has a creepy neighbor, or not a hotel, apartment building. She's creepy neighbors. It's really good.
Did you ever have that beer, Rosemary's Baby by Two Roads?
No.
It's a rum barrel aged pumpkin beer. It's really good.
Great name. Okay, and then my next choice. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of picks already. I'm gonna go with Clue. Shout out Mark Saltarelli. Great movie.
Okay. Can I just draft?
Watch it every year.
Do I have to know? Can I get a movie I've never seen before?
What?
Yeah.
I just want to make a strong like team.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna go with Mean Girls.
That is not a Halloween movie just because they have one Halloween
According
scene.
to my list, it is. Does that count?
She also sings
Yeah.
Jingle Bell Rock.
Okay, you want me to do a real pick then?
Yeah, no, but Nightmare Before Christmas has both holidays.
Can I pick
You've
a
also never
series?
seen it.
Can I pick like a series of movies if they're really bad ones? If they're bad enough?
No, you have to pick one of them.
Why are you trying to cheat?
I don't know the rules of this game.
It's a
Nobody does.
draft.
Okay. I'll take Mean Girls. I
Okay.
feel like that's a movie that people vote for.
You've
Mean
never
Girls.
seen it.
Never seen it.
And the voters should know.
It's kind of a pivotal scene.
All right. I'll take
Halloween
Scream.
part.
I'll take Scream.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Matthew Lillard, David Arquette.
American Treasures, both of them.
I mean, all right.
It's a little too disrespectful to human life for my taste. Okay, Tables.
Well, Greg stole Scream from me, but I'm going to stick with Wes Craven and go with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Great choice. Jess?
I'm gonna
one more.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Matthew Lillard and go 13
You
Ghosts.
did not just take that from me. I was going
did.
Lillard to Lillard, back
you
to back.
Took
How
Nightmare
dare
Before
you?
Christmas. I
How
get 13
dare
Ghosts.
you?
Nope.
That is my favorite
Mine.
awful movie. Is there
Should've
any
picked
other
it first.
better movie that stinks than that?
No, it's great. It's so,
Lillard is so good in that
he's
movie.
so good in that.
Rod Digga is in that too.
She is.
And she like remixes it
She's
at the end.
also so good in that.
Oh my God.
She's the best
Tony
actor in that film.
Shalhoub. Tony Shalhoub. How did he not win an Oscar for 13 Ghosts? Rebecca Romaine is
We
in
could give
that.
him a clock scarf for 13 Ghosts. Is she?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think so. Maybe not.
No.
Maybe I made that up.
I think you made that up.
Everybody remain calm.
Wait, I get one more.
Oh, okay.
Right? That was a funny joke.
Thanks.
Let us continue.
Shannon Elizabeth is what I was thinking.
Yeah, love her. She's of American Pie fame. Shut up.
Side note, how did that get 17% on Rotten Tomatoes? What are these people
They
doing?
must be counting back from 100.
I don't
It's
believe
really
in
an
Rotten
83.
Tomatoes anymore because I saw Cats over the weekend and it was really good. Okay.
Is that the one where they
It
have
has
to
a
CG out the private
2.5.
parts?
Yes. It's really good.
Is that your final pick?
No, it's not a Halloween movie.
It could be if you watch it in October.
I did.
I only get one more.
Yeah. I can't believe you took that.
You're
Can I quit?
Nope. This is
It's your
hard.
company.
There's so many great films. I'm just gonna go with the classic, The Exorcist.
I can't I'm sorry. Anything with like demons is so scary. Like I have bad dreams about The Exorcist and I saw it 20 years ago.
Yeah, I've seen it a million times and it still
It's
scares me.
so scary.
It's perfect.
I do not like it.
It's horrid, but it's perfect. Yeah.
Tables.
I'm going to go with a classic vampire movie, The Lost Boys.
Thought you were gonna say Twilight.
Oh, I can't believe you took a Lillard off the table. I am so upset right now. I've never been more upset.
So glad.
Okay, I'm just going to go with, I'll go with Saw.
Have you seen that?
What?
Saw was good.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one.
It's good. I just
When you didn't know what it was. Can I get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
feeling
yeah,
of the
yeah.
first time
Yeah,
you saw Saw?
no spoilers. Okay. This is so hard. I'm gonna end my list. I feel like I need some Alfred Hitchcock, so I'm gonna go with Psycho. But I would like to give an honorable mention to some DComs, including Halloween Town and Twitches.
What about Birdemic?
House on Haunted Hill, honorable mention.
That's great.
It is good.
I haven't seen that. Should I add it to my list?
Yeah.
Is that the one? That's the 80s, like retro one, right?
Yeah, but there's a new version too with.
No,
I'm
but
trying to
the
think who
newer
might be in
version
it.
is like throwback to like 80s time. Done really well, right?
I don't think
so.
so. I think it's set in the 90s.
Also, nobody picked Silence of the Lambs, which I believe was our number one draft pick in the horror draft. So it just shows.
Halloween H2O with LL Cool J.
Are they swimming?
Halloween, no, 20 years later, age 20. Okay. I don't know. It was,
Everybody go through and recap your list. I've got Hocus Pocus, Rosemary's Baby, Clue, and Psycho. Greg.
I've got Nightmare Before Christmas. My number one pick was, who knows? What did I get first?
No.
who's on first?
I forgot what I got
Did you go with Mean Girls?
Mean Girls.
first. No, I didn't even take that
Scream.
one. No.
It was a good one.
I got The Shining.
The
Oh, yeah.
Shining.
The Shining, Nightmare Before Christmas, Lillard in Scream, and then I've got Saw.
I have Halloween, Beetlejuice, Nightmare on Elm Street, and The Lost Boys.
I have Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, Trick or Treat, The Exorcist, and Lillard and 13 Ghosts.
Okay, vote for me.
What a draft. Just one.
You can vote on Spotify, and we'll see you next week.